broadcasting from Mabula, Kuwait. This is the Me and Larry reality video show. LTL, Editorial News, Weekend Review for August 30th, 2009. That sounds like the circus had come to town for the weekend review. Even though we had lost a great legislator and a powerful senator and a great line of Senator Edwin Kennedy, who I found he loved, and even when I was on the aircraft carrier USS Roosevelt CVN 71 back in 1987, he came up there as the only Democrat to come up there and liberal just to come up there and speak, and he was able to address everybody, all the soldiers, whatever questions any soldier, or in this case sailor, had, he was able to address it and answer it. And when I shook his hand, I said, I'm glad to be a Democrat. He said, me too. So that's a little story on that one. But the circus has came to town, came and went. Or maybe not, still around, because headed off the main topic was the coroner ruled Michael Jackson's death as homicide. Well, after all this, maybe you could have got Quincy to wake up and do this investigation. He would have done it in 2 weeks. And then, of course, CSI Grissom could have done it in 1 week with his team. They was good. That's why they was the #1 show. But they had to draw it out, drain it, to have just a month and a half long of investigating just to stir everybody up, CNN, have everybody to watch, especially in the U.S. Instead of looking at and dealing with healthcare reform, you want to look at something of gospel. And I bring that up, and along with something else for the LTL story of the day. But it's over now. I'll give you that later on. But going back to the Michael Jackson death, they say on the day he died, he had none other and with propofol and lorazepam, the day he died. He also had a cocktail of drugs, and looked like he had a pharmacy inside his system, inside his body, the whole thing, to help him. Let's say the ones that he had for a sedative is midazolam, and diazepam is for sedatives, and then the famous painkiller, of course, is xylocaine, the famous painkiller. You can't beat that. And then ephedrine, which is the stimulant. So he had problems sleeping, and of course on stage he didn't need no drug. The drug was his fans, and I thank you fans for supporting him throughout all this time when he performed throughout the world. And not to get in this media circus, but in the U.S. we got the media circus. We got to have it because we like lions and tigers and trapeze act and guys shooting out of cannons. But we like that. Instead of having our health care being taken care of, and people don't be, the U.S. don't be going over to Canada, over the borders just to get medical treatment, and they may want to get all that, and cheap too. That's why Obama's trying to get it to where you could get the same thing as him and the senators and the rest of the congressmen. But That's another story. But anyway, now they not making Dr. Conrad Murray a suspect. Okay, if you're not making him a suspect, turn over the car to him. He was getting paid $150,000 a month to be his personal physician. All right. Now, my question is, what you going to do now? You already interviewed him. He already put it on video. So what you going to do? Maybe get Quincy and CSI investigator who like to arrest people. They can do that. But who can they arrest? But then again, it's going to come down to one guy, Dr. Conrad Murray, of course. Said, you under arrest, such and such. He went and laid in your bed. He enjoyed it. That you was able to take care of him. And then the ones who really get away with murder, of course, it's your creditors, his creditors, of course. And they're able to now hyped up his album, got sales, got a lot of publicity, well, inside publicity of his albums. They making the money. I don't be surprised if they, before the autopsy, they got all his blood and settled it on eBay. And then got some of his clothes and selling it online. So, of course, the creditors are the real winners of it. And now they're going after his estate. But Mama Jackson, Mama Cat, you hold on to it. Hey, if you had to let it go, sell it to him for a high price. For all the albums, make a deal. Say, I want the rights of Michael Jackson's album, Thriller, everything, and including the Beatles. Matter of fact, give that to Paul and Ringo. They're gonna need a little something too, especially Ringo. Said, try to get help from my friends. He needs more help. Get the rights of the Beatles. And I'll be right back with LTL Editorial News Weekend Review.